Didn't the customer say they wanted this to be gray?
It happens.
I'm just kidding. I was just trying to scare you. Hey, what's up? It's Brandon with NCC TV, and today we're on site with Dave from Landmark Painting, and we're going to be going through some of the tips and tricks on how to prep a wood shelf for a wipe-on stain. I don't know if this was a rub. Was this a rub system or a spray stain?
This is a wipe stain.
Okay.
So we just wipe it on,
Yeah.
wipe it off clean,
Yeah.
and then it has to gas off for at least 20 minutes, half hour. Otherwise, if you go and coat it right away, you can run into issues with
Okay.
your coat never really curing properly and failing in the end, or even just something immediately bubbling as soon as you hit it. So
Again, lots of opportunity to screw it up.
I've been through the whole thing.
Yeah,
And,
I'm
I've
sure.
made tons of mistakes, and I've got it pretty dialed in now.
I'm sure you've. It sounds like you've learned from a lot of those mistakes.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Okay. Is this for a customer?
This is for a customer. Yeah.
Okay. Look at that little trick. Use sandpaper.
Oh yeah,
to
that's
cut.
a good one. Hey.
Yeah, sandpaper.
I
to
always
cut
forget
plastic.
that people don't know that. They use sandpaper to take the plastic off
That is
because then you don't cut it with your knife.
Yeah, and damage it. We're always learning here at NCC TV.
Oh, me too. Me too. Every day.
Well, it sounds like it, because if you make as many mistakes as you probably made over your... How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for 8, almost 9 years now.
9 years. So if you make one mistake every day...
That's a lot.
So, and is that probably accurate?
There's been days I haven't made mistakes.
You haven't? I guess, yeah. When you're a professional in the industry, you strive to not
but
make
hey,
mistakes.
you know, if someone ever tells you they're perfect and they don't make mistakes,
Yeah, they're lying.
they're lying.
Yeah,
And also, when you do make those mistakes, it hurts the ego a lot more.
right. Yeah, especially if you've learned from it. So this is a wipe stain.
So this is a wiping stain on white oak.
ML Campbell again, eh?
ML Campbell again.
Is ML Campbell like a Sherwin-Williams product, or is ML Campbell?
ML Campbell is technically owned by Sherwin-Williams, I believe. Sherwin-Williams is like the Nike of the paint world.
Nike of the paint world.
So they own.
Is Nike still a thing?
Oh yeah. The Western VP of Nike just went down. Okay, so is the air over there, Chris? I'll just grab the one out of the booth. Okay, so you want to make sure your piece is nice and clean. You take up a ton of dust on everybody. Again, you should wear a respirator. This isn't as bad as the lacquers and stuff, but
If you're doing it all
you do
day.
it for a couple hours, and you really start feeling it, and it's really not good for you. So as a good example, I will put mine on. And then you just wipe the name. It's a wiping stain. You wipe it on. Make sure you get your edges nice. And you really want, I'll take this off. You really want to saturate it, especially with some woods that have a really deep open grain. If you don't put enough on, it doesn't penetrate deep enough, and then you have light spots. So I usually go around the edges, to the middle, and then properly dispose of these. That is combustible. It can just start on fire. Yeah, you just wipe her clean. And you always want to wipe with the grain.
Didn't the customer say they wanted this to be gray?
It happens.
I'm just kidding. I was just trying to scare you. Because how hard is it to go from this color to a different color?
Depends. This is a veneered piece, which is super common. Lots of people have misconceptions that it's, not good because it's not really wood.
Yeah.
When in fact, a veneered wood is just fine, but you're limited in how much you can sand because you only have a couple mils to work with, right?
Yeah.
So you make a mistake, you might be able to sand it out once and be okay, but Twice, probably not. And once it has been stained anyways, you've kind of raised the grain in the wood, so it's never gonna look the exact same way twice. And also sanding's a factor too, right? So if you sand it to a lower grit, say this is sanded to 150 grit, it's gonna be a little bit darker because the grain, it's more open.
And so, how soon can we lacquer this? Because obviously this isn't a finished coat.
No, this isn't sealed. If you dropped your drink on it, it'd be ruined. So...
You've learned that from experience. I keep hearing all the things
Nope.
that have happened.
I've had leaks, roof leaks.
From a Tim Hortons cup.
Morning surprises where the guy left the wand for washing cars next door. There was a break in the line. He left it on. I came in one morning. Shop was flooded to there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a good day.
It was a good day. A couple Tim Hortons runs.
Yeah, a couple Tim Hortons runs. So go over it a couple times, make sure you have it good, and then we'll let this sit. Typically, the data sheet says for this product that it's 20 to 25 minutes before you can lacquer it.
Oh wow, that's quick.
It's super quick, and I usually leave it sit for longer than that just to be extra safe.
Yeah.
Because again, recovering is way harder than just being patient.
Right.
Rushing's never the answer.
I've learned over the years that it's super important how you prep your wood before you stain it. If you use a aggressive grit sandpaper, that will absorb stain more frequently, I guess, or in kind of a random pattern. Like if we scratch this with like 80 grit sandpaper, it would obviously show those scratch marks.
Yeah.
And so this was probably prepped with, what was this prepped with before you stained it?
These guys usually sand to 120, 150, but everybody's a little bit different. Anywhere from like 120 to 220 would be the average depending on what you're going for too, right?
The tighter you sand or the higher the grade of sandpaper, I guess, would close the pores of the wood up, so it probably wouldn't receive the material the same way.
Yeah, like if you sanded this to a higher grit and use the exact same stain, you'd have two completely different pieces.
Yeah. Thank you for taking the time for us with us
welcome.
to explain how to stain some white oak shelving, and I'm sure you're going to have to lacquer that in a couple hours when it's ready. And yeah, so make sure to like and subscribe to this video and share it out.
You know, so whatever.
Okay, what were we talking about? Tim Hortons.
well-
So Tim Hortons is crucial, obviously, because it's got all the proper vitamins and nutrients in it. I think, doesn't it?
All the ones you need.
What is in coffee? Is there any
Caffeine.
Caffeine, no vitamins
Yeah.
though.
Oh, there might be. You
There
got
might be.
milk in it, cream. You got some vitamin D.
But I
right?
drink black coffee.
Riboflavin.
What?
I don't know, just random milk ingredient. Vitamins.
Oh, you get almond milk. Then you're getting your nuts.
Oh yeah.